Let's talk about this, a system to detect guns. It is coming to another mid-state school system. Rutherford County Schools launching a pilot program with this technology, and you're looking at it. The safety director says it's a proactive move. They're not having issues with weapons at schools. In that particular school district, the system will be then rotated to various schools for training purposes. This will all happen over the next few weeks, but we do have a lot of questions, and I know you're curious about how this all works. So several months ago, WSMV4 Investigates took a closer look at Evolv. That's the name of that technology. Right now it's used at Nissan Stadium and Bridgestone Arena. WSMV's Stacey Cameron here to talk more about how it works, how each venue uses it, and yeah, so the name is Evolv.
Right.
And how has it been effective so far?
Well, the folks at Nissan Stadium and at Bridgestone say yes, they've actually detected people coming into the stadium and the arena with guns. And it's an interesting system. It's very high tech. It uses cameras and it uses sensors to detect you as you walk through the system. And you can see it here. This is at Nissan Stadium at the George Strait, Chris Stapleton concert.
It's just those tall things.
Exactly, and people can walk right through it in real time. You don't have to slow down. And then there's a security personnel behind it watching an iPad like that. And what happens if it detects a weapon, a knife, a gun, a red box will come around that person. Now, the way it does it is using those cameras and the sensors that have software that uses artificial intelligence that continues to be updated to detect patterns and movements, the density of the objects, and can tell exactly on your body where there is a weapon.
Stacey, is it still dependent, though, on the person who's trained, who's actually on the iPad, or will there be alarms that sound at all?
Both of those. So the people are trained on the system and how to detect it, but the system does, in fact, light up red. It will highlight around the specific part of their body, and then an alarm will go off so they can see and they can hear it. And then at Nissan and at Bridgestone, they have security that pulls that person to the side.
I think a lot of us have walked through that not realizing that's what it was. And then you're like, did they even notice? Are they even seeing anything? Because we're not aware that that's what the technology is doing.
And the interesting part is if you go there, as we did, I mean, there was a line of thousands of people, and they go through very quickly. A lot of the people were slowing down or stopping, thinking they had to. You don't. You walk through, and it's able to do that. We were allowed to look at it and watch it, and it really does work quite impressively. Now, they're using it different at schools. At Bridgestone, for example, there are settings on this that it can go higher and detect more weapons. Bridgestone goes to the highest level. Schools use it a little bit differently because kids are coming through with more metal objects. Think of Chromebooks, think of their water bottles and things like that. So it does have to be used different in schools. The people do have to be trained differently, but there are several schools across the country that are using this. And while the company came under some criticism because in Ohio and in New York, some knives did get through in schools, the company tells me they've evolved in their software, and it's continually updating, and they do believe it's one of the best systems, if not the best in the country. It's not 100%, but it is better than the alternative, which is not having a system or using the old type of hand wands, which would be almost impossible in a school.
And it's less overt, so these kids can feel maybe more like kids going in, and parents can kind of take some solace in that let the technology do the work a little more so that kids can feel like kids walking into school.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Stacey Cameron, many, many thanks. If you want to watch his investigation, make sure you check it out. It's on our website right now, and of course, our WSMV4 News app.